It's me, Renee. I'm back. This Today I decided to do a book haul. Been on Booktube for a week, haven't done a book haul. Not like you should feel pressured to do book hauls. But like yesterday I bought some books, so I thought I might as well haul them. I got like 6 books. I went a bit crazy. Well, I suppose 6 isn't that crazy in the big scheme of things. But it's more than one, which is what I've been buying lately. But yeah, I decided to treat myself. The first one is The Geek's Guide to Unrequited Love. I've seen it around Goodreads and, well, yeah, mostly Goodreads. It's mostly where I'm at, uh, like mm, book-wise. I haven't seen that much on Booktube, but I've seen it on Goodreads, and it looks very fun. I'm really into uh, books that um, books that are about fandoms and fanfics and fan conventions and stuff like that. I suppose you could find people who are more bigger fans than me, but yeah, um, silly gatekeeping because I am a fan. I am a big fan of stuff, just not a Star Wars fan or Star Trek fan. Sorry, or Harry Potter really, but I'm a really big fan of some stuff. I do relate to how they're reacting, how they're feeling when they're meeting people. So I'm up really interesting for this one. It's interested in this one. Paula Stokes said it's funny, fast-paced, full of heart. This is the kind of book you'll read in one sitting, and then be a little sad when it's over. Sounds perfect. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on. If I tell you about what all of them are about right now, it'll be a long video. The next book is the 8th book in the Wells and Wong series. It's Robin Stevens' middle grade crime series, historical crime. It's really good. You might have heard of it. I'm not sure how big it is in like the world. I suppose it's big enough because this is 8th book. If it wasn't a huge or a bestseller, you wouldn't get past the second or first book. But anyway, this is the 8th book. It's back in their boarding school. Some of the books take place around the world and at home and stuff, but this takes place at Deadpan, where they go to school. And it's actually kind of fun. You see here they have like red edges at the pages, which is really fun. I didn't know that. So it's red all over. It's really fun. Can't wait to get this one. You should really check it out. Wells and Wong by Robin Stevens. It has funny humor, friendships. It has some love, but not that much. It has representation. Yeah, it's just a really highly recommended series, and it's really fast paced as well. So that's kind of fun. You really like stuff like, oh my god, it's so good, so good, but it's always fast paced and fast read. So yeah, I suppose you want it to last longer, but at the same time, it's really fun when you need something fun, fast read, and fast. Well, fast read and fast. Yeah, it's me being silly. And the next book is The Dark Day's Deceit by Alison Goodman. It's the third and final book in the, what's the trilogy called? Lady Helen trilogy. It's a steampunk series. I really like steampunk. It's really fun. So it takes place in an alternative historical time. It's historical in that it takes place in 1812, but it's got magic. It has magic. It has this magic society. So you have magic society, but you have the protagonist who has to try to mix her magic side and her personal real world side. And she kind of had trouble doing that in first and second book. And it looks like in the third book, things are really gonna come to across. I don't really know how it's gonna end. But I love this series. It's really good. You should check it out. Dark Days Deceit by Alison Goodman. Then you have Save the Date by Morgan Matson. It came out, I think, last year. Come out this year? Last year, yeah. I never got to it last year, but I really wanted to. I love her other books, especially Unexpected Everything. Well, of course, it's the one that has the most fandom in it. But this one looks very fun as well. It's supposed to be very funny, like a rom-com, but just in a book for teens. I was thinking about should I buy this one or the the US cover. I thought, well, both of them are fun. I just take this cover, and the price wasn't that much difference. So I didn't really. In the end, I was like, well, just choose one of them, and not for this one. I think this is a nice cover. It's not really one of those where the US and UK cover is completely different. I think it's kind of has the same feel. It has like a whimsical wedding feel to it. It's really nice. I think I'm gonna read it soon because I'm kind of been a contemporary kick or a bit of contemporary kick. But I also do like a lot of booktubers and a lot of readers. I read a lot of fantasy, a lot of historical, and a lot of different genres, and then I read contemporary once in a while uh, to like if I need something that's not highly in its own society and its own thing. It's just fun to read something that's very familiar and very everyday. Not everyday, but like familiar. It's our world. Yeah, Morgan Matson, Save the Date. I think I'm gonna get to it soonish. I suppose I can't really say I'm gonna get to it soonish, but I never know really. Some books in my TBR have been out for years. I think actually one book has been out for almost 10 years. So yeah, there's that. Moving on. And then I have The Other Side of Happiness by Aisha Malik. It's a second book in the in her duology. It's a book centered. It's actually an adult book. As you said, so you probably noticed I really love YA, but I do read some adult books now and then. And this one is the second book in a duology for adults. Uh, the premise is a Muslim British woman living in England trying to just do a job and navigating being Muslim, but also being British, also navigating navigating microaggressions and just living a life and trying to not be bothered too much. The first book was about her dating, which is kind of a faux pas in the Muslim world. You don't really date, but of course she did date, and she did. Spoiler alert: she did find someone by the end of it. I'll just say that. And this is the second book, and I think this second book is more about her being in a relationship. I love the first one. The first one, it's been compared to Bridget Jones, which I think is not that far off, really. It's about a modern woman working and being a working life and navigating how it is and family and friends and stuff. It's fun, but it's also real issues with how just because you wear a hijab does not mean you're repressed. Which, yeah, the main character wears a hijab. And yeah, I've been looking forward to this for 2 or 3 years actually. Was looking for the first book for like I think several years. Felt like several years at least. In the end, I got it from the library. I really loved it. I still haven't bought it, but I probably will. And I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna buy the second book now. So I really think I'm gonna try to get to this in the fall sometime because I'm really curious and I want to see how the second book where it goes and where it leads. So far, I don't think author Malik has written any other books. But anyway, these are really good books. Well, the first one is really good. I can't really say this is good before I read it. I can say I hope it's gonna be good, but I can't say it's good. The Other Side of Happiness by Yushi Malik, the second book in the Sophia Khan series. highly recommended. And then we have A Girl Called Shameless by Laura Stevens. No, Steven without S. It's the second book in a series. The first book came out last year. It's a book about a high school girl that's uh, she flirts a lot. She flirts a lot. She's been around with a lot of men, a lot of guys. But it's about how when girls do it, they get shamed, but when boys do it, they get like, oh yeah, high five for you. And then she ends up going viral because she went second base with the son of a politician, and all these people hating on her for like just kissing and being a normal kid, really, a normal teen. So it just takes a great look on bullying and today's world expectations to girls and all that stuff. So the first book was called The Exact Opposite of Okay, which is how she felt. She felt the exact opposite, but she couldn't say she didn't feel okay. She had to just then everything was fine. And then this is the second book. Uh, as I said, I read the first book. As I said, I read the first book last year. Really loved it. It's highly recommended. Very great take and very good insight in feminism and in uh, shameness and the uh, slut shaming. That was the word I was thinking about. Slut shaming culture, really. It's a highly good book. And this is the second book. The back says Izzy O'Neill, writer, activist, world's worst waitress. It's been 2 months since. Yeah, I'm just gonna read the back of this one. Rules? I don't care about rules. It's been 2 months since 18-year-old Izzy O'Neill was slut-shamed in a national scandal, as well as coming to terms with the fact that thousands of people have seen her fufu, her vagina. Izzy is juggling high school, writing a screenplay, and figuring out what to do next with her life. When another girl's nude photos are leaked, Izzy and the Bitches Bites Back team decide to take action. They're taking the fight all the way to the top and won't let anyone bring them down. It's time for the shaming to stop. Yeah, I forgot to say she posted some nude photos for her boyfriend, and they got viral. So that was part of the first book. And then at the end, she started a club for like, we're not gonna take this. We're gonna take you down, and just like fighting back. And yeah, I've been looking for this for a long time. It's a UK author. It's actually a UK comedian author, but it takes place in the US. And so I'm not sure how accurate it feels for US readers. But for me as Norwegian, I thought it seemed very real and very good. Luckily I haven't really been slut shamed that much, or I don't really think any time, but it might be that I've been slut shamed and you just don't know it. Like it's been behind my back. But I've been lucky I haven't really met that much of that stuff. But actually, lately I kind of wanted to read more about feminism, like books involving feminism and both non-fiction and fiction. Because even though I haven't really felt myself repressed or been lucky and I haven't really mm, needed to haven't been raped or have any trauma pushed upon me, I still feel it's good to read about other experience and like take into me like, oh my god, this still happens today, and just learn really. I think lately I've been more about reading books that's both entertaining and educational, like reading about something completely different or something new to learn more about it. And yeah, this is fiction, but it just takes place. I mean, you do feel like it's like a real world scenario, and it is a contemporary book. There's no witches or time traveling or historical thing or anything like that. I don't think they use real names, but like the world they're in is very real. A Girl Called Shameless by Lauren Stephen. I'm not sure if there's gonna be more than two books in the series. But anyway, so far there's two books. The exact opposite of OK, and A Girl Called Shameless. Check it out. And then I just went through it without thinking, and then that's that really. Actually, kind of. I went yesterday to 2 days ago to a place, and then I found like a bookshelf where you could just take a book, and then it was just free books, giving away free books. So mine is just add this book here. It's A Night on the Orient Express by Veronica Henry. A New Life is Just a Ticket Away. So it's an adult book uh, about life on the Orient Express for a set of passengers. The Orient Express: luxury, misery, romance. So I thought, well, it looks fun. Might as well take it. And then when it's free, you don't really care that much. And it looks decent and fun enough. I haven't really heard. I think I might have heard someplace, but I haven't heard much about it. I thought it looked fun, so I picked it up. I'll link all the books in a doobly-doo. Hope you have a nice reading day, reading week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye, Renee.